Thank you for joining me today on Coffee With. We are, of course, located at the Highway 61 Coffee House on Washington and Grove Street. And again, a big thank you to Daniel for letting us tape our show here. I have a very special guest today, Hanna Roberts, who is Mississippi's 2011 Distinguished Young Woman. Hanna, thank you for coming today to meet with me and have coffee with me.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for having me.
Now, you're from the big city of Mount Olive, Mississippi, and tell me where that is.
Yes, ma'am. It is about an hour south of Jackson and about an hour north of Hattiesburg.
Okay, and is it out in the middle of nowhere?
Yes, one red light.
But it's close to the Okatoma River, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Where we all like to go and have a great time.
Right.
Tell me about the Distinguished Young Woman program. Did I get the name right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, tell me what that is. I know it had a name change recently, didn't it?
Right. It's formerly known as Junior Miss.
Okay.
It was Junior Miss for a long time. The name changed this year to distinguish that it was a program, scholarship program, and not a pageant.
Okay, and I know there was one Junior Miss who was now a very famous journalist, and that was Diane Sawyer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is quite a remarkable program.
Right.
And tell us about the program, how you got involved in it, and why you're part of this program.
Well, I've been around, well, it used to be Junior Miss when I was little, since about 4th and 6th grade, and I always remember going to my county's program. Each county has a program, and then it's statewide. And so it was always assumed that I would just do Junior Miss. So, I've just been around it all my life. I've known about it forever. So it was just sort of a natural thing, and I, started preparing, I guess, 2 or 3 years ago for the state program, and then now I'm preparing for national.
So you're preparing for the national program, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And when is that?
I'm actually leaving this Sunday, which is the 12th, but the program isn't actually held until the 23rd through the 25th.
Okay. And what do you have to do in preparation for the program?
Well, this whole past year, I won in July, and so I've been going to the gym a lot. There is a physical fitness routine. It's not a swimsuit, but it's a routine. So I had to go to the gym quite a lot, learn how to do those push-ups and sit-ups and all of that. I've, of course, had to watch the news. I watch mostly CNN, and I'm just keeping up with current events because there is an interview, 10-minute interview. And there's also self-expression, which is an on-stage question. Mm-hmm. Scholastics is a category, but that's pretty much your transcript between 9th and 12th grade. So you've had to be working on that for a while. For my talent, I'm playing violin. I've played for 13 years. So that's pretty much my preparation as far as that goes.
Now, do you play in an orchestra or with a group of any kind?
I did last year with the University of Southern Mississippi's Junior Orchestra.
Oh, wow. Well, you must be quite an accomplished violinist to be able to do that.
Thank you.
Now, tell me what got you interested in this. Even though you were interested when you were younger, what kept your interest in it? Is there scholarship money involved? Do you just like to do this? What is it that kept your interest to stay involved in it?
Well, I became interested because it's not a beauty pageant, and I'm not a beauty pageant type of girl. There's actually no beauty score per se in the score sheet for the judges, and it is a scholarship program. I've won $12,500 from Mississippi's Distinguished Young Woman that I'll be able to use at any time for medical school or whatever I decide to do. And the scholarship money is very nice. The national winner receives $40,000.
Wow.
Right.
Okay. Well, we're pulling for you.
Thank you.
Okay. So, did you graduate from high school this year?
I did in May.
And you're going to be going to college in the fall?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you going to be going?
I'm going to the University of Southern Mississippi.
You're going to stay close to home, right?
Right. It's about an hour or so away.
Yeah. And what do you hope to study?
I'm studying biochemistry with an emphasis on pre-medicine.
Okay. Now, Hanna, when you were in middle school, you started some type of program, didn't you? Tell me a little bit about that.
Right. In 2005, I established Pages of Love, which is just a program. It's a nonprofit, and it donates new or slightly used children's books to hospitals around the South. We've gone to St. Jude in Tennessee. They go to Blair E. Batson in Jackson, Forest General in Hattiesburg, and so far over 13,000 books have been donated.
And how do you collect the books? Where do they come from?
Well, initially it was just from friends and family, and then probably in about 2007 we started having an annual drive at my old school, which was Seminary High School, And now it's at Summerall Elementary. They donate our books. And, of course, churches and the Spirit Girls of Forest General. And I've also had several distinguished young women counties to donate. I think Meridian donated a bunch of books, too.
So do these books come to your house? Where do they
do.
come? And then what do you do with them?
They come to my house. It's actually a huge flow of books. They end up in my Honda. They end up in my dad. My dad's a teacher. They end up in his room. They end up in my mom's classroom at school. They end up everywhere because 13,000 is quite a lot of books.
That's a lot of books. And then do you
Right.
go through them yourself?
I do. I go through pretty much every book and check and make sure that it is up to our standards. Not a lot of bite marks or a lot of writing in it. And so they're checked. If they need to be cleaned, they're cleaned, and they are stamped with our Pages of Love logo, with my email, and of course address. So I've actually now received some books for donation that have already went through Pages of Love, so they already have an old stamp.
Oh, wow.
So it's kind of neat just to see
Yeah.
where they actually end up.
So the books come in to you, and you process them more or less. And then how do you get them out?
Right. Well, we will load up probably 500 to 600 books at a time, depending on where we're going. We usually make a huge trip at Christmas to St. Jude, and we'll do like a hot meal for the patients at the Target House, which is where they can stay for extended periods of time, and we'll take books. And so that way I'm able to help the children pick out a book. If I take them to Forest General or like Larry Batson or a clinic, usually we just drop them off at the children's ward or something like that, and they'll do what they will.
How do you have time to do all of this?
I'm not really sure.
Because
I'm
you're
very busy.
also a very good student, aren't you? Weren't you the
Yes, ma'am.
valedictorian of your class?
Yes, ma'am. I was valedictorian of my class, and I was also a star student.
Okay, so you're involved in the Distinguished Young Woman program. You have this Pages of Love foundation. You're the valedictorian and the star student, and you played in the junior orchestra. What else do you do for fun?
Well, yes, I do a lot of things. I used to be involved in FFA, which is Future Farmers of America.
Sure.
I'm quite well-rounded, kind of eclectic, but I was involved in that and did a lot of public speaking. My father's the advisor. So I was involved in that for a long time. I'm president of our Beta Club, or was president of our Beta Club, and I was also involved in History Club, cross country, and tennis. So.
Boy, I wish I had your energy. Now, you mentioned that both of your parents are teachers.
They are.
And what do your parents teach?
My mom teaches first grade at Seminary High School, well, elementary school, and she'll be going to Gifted next year. And then my dad is the agriculture teacher at Summerall High School, which is 9th through 12th grade.
So that's where this love for reading and books came from, I presume.
Right. I read at a very early age and was quite the bookworm. And that's actually how Pages of Love got started. I just had probably 200 books that we cleaned out of just my room.
Oh, my.
And my mom donated them. We took them to the clinic in seminary and donated them, and people found out, oh, Hanna Roberts is taking books. They started giving them to my mom, and they would come to my house. So, you really can't stop the flow of books when people know that you're going to donate them for a good cause.
Right, right. And it's turned into be something quite remarkable.
It has. I actually have a Facebook page for it if anybody would like to go and like it or anything. It's just called Pages of Love, and Hanna Roberts, of course. But
and if we want to donate books to you, how can we just ship them to you, or how do we get them to you?
You can ship them to my address, which is on the page.
Okay.
Or I have people that give them to the Distinguished Young Women family, and they end up at my house.
Okay. Well, are you getting excited about the event that's coming, the national event that's coming up?
I am. I'm very excited, but also very nervous.
Yeah.
It is 2 weeks long, so I was absolutely exhausted after Mississippi's, which is just 1 week.
And where is this that you'll go for the national event?
It's in Mobile, Alabama, where it started.
And so will your mom go with you?
They will go. Most of the girls fly in, but Mississippi and I believe Georgia are the only ones that actually drive in. So they'll drop me off with my host family, and then they will leave, and they'll come back when the program starts on the 23rd.
Gotcha. Okay. Is there anything that I didn't ask you that you want to be sure that we know about?
I would just like to let any girls that would like to be a part of Distinguished Young Woman to be encouraged to go ahead and do this. I'm sure your county has a program. If it does not, which my county doesn't have a program anymore, I competed through At Large, which is where girls go if their counties don't have a program. Mm-hmm. And each county has a winner. So there may be 10 winners named and 12 girls. So that's just how it works. But I would encourage you to be involved, talk to your local sponsor, and it really is a great program.
Well, thank you so much for coming to Vicksburg to talk to us about this program today, and I wish you the best of luck, and hope that we hope to see you on the national level soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, Hannah.
Promotional consideration provided by
Amber Sanders from Happy Hair. Get your hair happy at 3402 Wisconsin Avenue.